चक्षुधा दिल जय जय प्रभु से जन प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान करती हो भक्ति हो तब Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, oh Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Gaushal Prabhupada ki Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine
जय कुंज बिहारी। हे भगवान। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी। बिजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी। तीरवनचारी। यमुना तीरवनचारी। तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जोर से राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन 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 यमुनातीरावनचारी तीरावनचारी जय राधमाधव जय कुञ्ज बिहारी जय राधमाधव जय कुञ्ज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे ओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन 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 यशोदानन्दन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन नंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। बोलो राधा माधव की, राधा गोकुल नंद भगवान की, पंडित भगवान की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले श्रीरूप कदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितां तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So first of all, this is my first Bhagavatam class. So I will. I'm seeking blessing from all you devotees. Please bless me, so that I can rise in my spiritual path. Prabhuji, please bless me. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So if you have mobile, you can open Canto 6, Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.19. Hmm? 6.1.19 SB. You will get a Veda base. So everybody on that page, 19th verse. Yes. Yeah. Sakrin mana. Everybody on that slow verse? Yes. Sakrinmanah Krishna Padarvindyor. Sakrinmanah Krishna Padarvindyor. Niveshitam tad gunaragiyarya. Niveshitam gunaragiyarya. Nate yamam pash yam Bhatascha tadbhatan bhatam swapne pipashyanti hi chirna nishkrata pipashyanti hi chirna nishyata sakranmanah Krishna padarvindyor Niveshitam tad gunaragiyarya Nate yamam bhrutascha tad bhatan Nate yamam bhrutascha tad bhatan Swapne pipashyanti hi chirna nishkrata. I'll read it fully. Sakrin manah Krishna padarvindyor niveshitam tad gunaragiyarya nate yamam bhrutascha tad bhatan sapne pipashyanti chirna nishkrita. Anybody would like to read? Sakrin mana Krishna padarvindyor Niveshitam tad gunaragiyarya Nate yamam pasha bhratascha tad bhatan Swapne api pashyanti hi chirna nishkrita. Sakrin mana Krishna padarvindyor Nirveshitam tad gunaragiyarya Nate yamam bhrutashtad bhatana Swapne pipashyanti hi chirna nishkrita. Sakrin mana Krishna padarvindyor Nirveshitam tad gunaragiyarya Nate yamam bhrutascha tad bhatan Swapne pipashyanti hi chirna nishkrita. Mataji? Anyone? Sakrin mana Krishna padarvindyor Nirveshitam tad gunaragiyarya Nate yamam bhrutascha tad bhatana Sapne pipashyanti hi chirna nishkrita. Translation. Although not having fully realized Krishna, person who have even once surrendered completely unto his lotus feet and who have become attracted to his name, forms, qualities and pastimes are completely freed from all sinful reaction, for they have thus accepted the true method of atonement. Even in dreams, such surrendered soul do not see Yamraj or his order carriers, who are equipped with ropes to bind the sinful. So I'll just give you the background. Today we are going to hear a very interesting story of Ajamil, who was really a sinner, but there was a beautiful conversation happened between the order carriers of Yamaduta, Yamraj, and order carrier of Vishnu. So I might use the word Yamaduta and Vishnu Duta if everybody understand it. So the people who are working for Yamraj are Yamduta, and the people who are working for Vishnu is Vishnu Duta. Okay. So in the start of the chapter, this is the verse where the story started, because Parikshit Maharaj has got the question, and depending on that, Sukhdev Goswami ji started narrating this very interesting historical story. And this story is very important for all of us. So Parikshit Maharaj is saying, "Oh Sukhdev Goswami, you have already explained us in second canto the path of liberation." The path of liberation in Hindi Sanskrit is known as Nivritti Marga. You have already explained us Nivritti Marga, which will stop us to take birth in this material world. It will kind of stop our death and birth again and again. And Sukadev Goswami, he addressed to Sukadev Goswami and said, "Until and unless the living being is not free from the desires, he will always keep on taking birth as per, in new bodies to enjoy or suffer. And he is understood to have various inclination, and depending on that inclination, he will take pravatti marga. Because depending on their body and interest, that marga they will take is pravatti marga. So they will take birth in a higher planet. They might come back again in a lower planet. Though this is understood correctly, and it has been explained by you in third canto. So Parikshit Maharaj is giving us the background of all the cantos which has happened, just to remind us what from where we are starting. Prabhuji, thoda aage jaiye, please. You can sit here. Then Parikshit Maharaj is saying, "My dear Lord, you have already told us about all the hellish planets. So you have told us about the creation of the Lord. That Lord has created this entire universe. There is so many planets here. There is so many Atal, Vital, Patal. Everything is there. There is Narak. There is Swarg. Before that, people used to say people will go to Swarg. People will go to Narak. So here in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a proof that Lord has created all these things, and you have completely given us all the understanding of that. And you have told us there are so many hellish planets where people will go and atone for their sinful activities. They would have to suffer. If I start about telling hellish planets, there are so many sins, there are so many things which you do, and you have to go to the hellish planet to suffer it. So then Parikshit Maharaj have this question in mind. If we understand this hellish planet and the way we are suffering there, there is no one in the world which cannot go to hellish planet. The activity which we all do, kind of activity which we all do, will definitely take us to hellish planet. See, for example, while cooking, we cut vegetables. While breathing, we kill so much germs. While stepping, we do so much. In our house, we have so many insects. We don't want to live with the insects, so what we do? Either or the other way, it has to be killed. If rat is there, if not killed, then rat has to be taken and taken out of the house. You have to suffer for that also. Okay? So, in this way, he's saying, so he's asking the question to Sukadev ji, and the question asked is really important. He said, "My Lord, how the human being can be saved from entering hellish planet in which they suffer terrible pains?" So it is clear that when we go to hellish planet, you have to suffer terrible pain. pain. So for example, if somebody hit me, I am not going to hit anyone here today. If somebody hit me, the amount of pain I get it here, multiply it by 10 times. You will get that kind of body in hellish planet, and you will suffer 100 times more there. So you are getting that body to atone. It is only for the suffering and for the atonement of all the sinful things you have done in this life. So now Parikshit Maharaj is asking to the Lord, to the Sukadev Goswami ji, how human being can saved from entering the hellish planet. So now Sukadev Goswami ji, he is telling, see, to every living being who has taken birth, before he or she die, before they die, they should atone for whatever sinful activities they have done in this lifetime. If they don't atone, there is no way they cannot. There is no way they have to go to hellish planet. There is no way they can save it. So they have to atone for all the sinful reactions, all the sinful activities. He said like that, and then he said they have to hurry up, because human life is small, and the amount of sinful activity we do daily, it's enormous. Once you are in old age, or once you get a disease, then your body is not eligible to do any kind of austerity or any kind of atonement. Then you won't be able to atone for all the sinful reaction in the life, and you have to go to the hellish planet. So Parikshit Maharaj sort of stopped Sukadev Goswami there and asked again a second question. What is the use of this all atonement? He said, what is the use? The people know, people read from the Shastra saying, you will go to hellish planet, you have to suffer. And since they are forced to do many kind of sins in this material world, so what is the use of such kind of atonement where people will know, or people will, but they will still have to do these things. They still have to do these sinful activities. So he asked this question to Sukadev Goswami. He said, it's just like an elephant. Have you seen the elephant? Elephant will take bath in the lake. As soon as they come out, they start throwing dust on its own. It's just like that. You have atoned for whatever sinful activity you have done in the Naraka, and then you came here, and then again starting throwing dust on yourself. It's just like that. He just said like that. Then on hearing that, Sukadev Goswami said, see, the activity which we do to atone for the sinful reaction are fruitive actions. It means they are kind of, only ignorant people do that kind of activities. He himself is saying, only ignorant people do kind of activities. The real thing is the knowledge, he says, Gyan. If you have the Gyan, then you can restrict yourself. If you don't have Gyan, you will do whatever you like. But he said, this kind of speculative Gyan is also good for that. And how it can be done? You can do tapasya, you can focus, just concentrate on your mind. You have to be celibate, There is 8 ways of celibacy, it is defined. You can't even think. Stop, you are saying celibate by action. No, by thinking as well. So there are 8 kind of celibacy, it's defined there. So you have to do that. You have to take bath daily. You have to do austerity. You have to donate so much things. And then, temporarily, your sinful actions might go. So this kind of thing, again, Parikshit Maharaj was little bit, thinking. Or Sukadev Goswami himself was thinking. He was not happy in saying that. This is something I have told which is not achievable. See, if I tell you something what is not achievable, do this and you will be, If you can't achieve it, what's the point? Because, see, by doing all these things, by restraining themselves, they are maybe cutting their sinful activities, but tendency of desire of doing it again is not getting stopped. So this is again not a things. For I will just say, when you go to hell, for a glass of wine you drink, if you want to atone, it is written in Manu Samhita and other shastras that you have to, for that atonement, you have to drink hot ghee. After drinking that in this life, after drinking that hot ghee, you have to leave your body. And this is the atonement for drinking one glass of wine. So what is happening to so many people in Manchester who are drinking so much daily, on a daily basis? What will happen to them? The only way of atonement is go to hellish planet, and the order carriers of Yamaduta will take care of them. They will make them heat, they will make them eat or drink the melted iron. Again and again. So once it is done, okay, then they will keep on waiting for him to be, to come in consciousness. Once he comes, they keep on doing that. If you are a thief and you have taken a gold from someone, you have stolen a gold from someone, the atonement which is mentioned is you have to go to that person personally and say, I have stolen it, and return it back. Can we do that? Return it back to the same person, okay? We might think of giving him back in other ways, but if we have, but we have to go to the same person, and you have to accept that I have stolen and give it back to him, and then you have to do so much austerity. You have to give up so many things to people. You have to start donating the things. How much we donate? We just think of collecting the things. So things atonement, is kind of, Sukadeva Swami is saying, it's a kind of not perfect. And then he said, Sukadeva Goswamiji said, there is a rare class of people, and you all come under that rare class of people, who do the bhakti, who are in the devotional path of the Lord, and by doing so, they will uproot all the sinful reaction in their life. And what? It will not come back again. There is no path of reviving it again. Because once you are in the devotional service, Lord will take care of you. And slowly, your heart will be like that you won't do any kind of that kind of activity. And now Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami, they are happy with this way. At least there is some achievable way for the people to do it. So next, Sukadeva Goswami ji said, in the verse which we read, he said, even if the person is not fully realized in Krishna consciousness, and he just once in his whole life surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord, if he at least do that, and if he is attracted, or if he is attracted by any of the qualities, see, Krishna has so many qualities. To get attracted to Krishna is very easy. If anybody who is attracted to his one of the quality also, how much sinful he is, he will be freed from that sinful reactions. Now Parikshit Maharaj is thinking, how is it possible? Without sin is okay, but if it's so much sin, then how? Then he asked the question again. How is it possible even for the sinful people? How is it possible? That's the question from Parikshit Maharaj. Sukadeva Goswami also said, if you take the shelter of the devotee of the Lord, then you will get correct. You will be free. Eventually, you will be free from all kind of sinful reactions. And he himself said, all other ways of doing austerity and giving donation or whatever other ways which is suggested in the scriptures are just waste of time. It will not completely clean your heart. So by hearing this, Parikshit Maharaj raised the correct question for all of us, that how a sinful person can be delivered, because he has done so many sins. Now Sukadeva Goswami is saying, okay, I'll tell you the pastime of a very big sinner, Ajamila. I'll tell you the pastimes. There is some conversation happened between the order carriers of Yamaraj and the order carriers of Vishnu. Listen to that carefully. And he said, these all are truth. See, if that story has taken place in Bhagavatam, it is true. And to reconfirm it, he said, I have first heard it from my father, Vyasadeva. I have heard it from him. And again, I have heard it from Agastya Rishi, who is the son of Kumbhaj. So I have heard it from Agastya Rishi as well. And he, while telling that story, he was praying to the Lord. So why he said he is praying to the Lord there? Because while praying to your Lord, while doing the service to the Lord, are you going to say lie? So he reconfirmed saying, I have heard from him. So there is no point you disbelieve it. So when I am telling you the story, you have to believe it. There is no point disbelieving it. It is in Bhagavatam. We all have to believe it. Okay. So then he started the story of Ajamil. He said, there was a village called Kanyakubj. Now Kanyakubj, there is a class of Brahmana. Kanyakubj Brahmana. One of my friend is Kanyakubj. And he used to say, I'm very difficult to find a girl for me. I said, why? You can choose any girl. There is so many. My father is very specific. He want to marry me only to Kanyakubj Brahman. I heard the word there first. Now I understood how difficult it would be. Because they are a certain class of Brahmins which are very pure. They are very perfect in their daily activities. You can say higher class of Brahman. So he was that kind of Brahman. But somehow he came in association with lower class women. You can say prostitute, I don't want to take that word. I'll use the lower class women. He came in association with her and he lost all his Brahminical qualities. He became impure. See, when you do this kind of things, the thing you lose is your impurity. So he loses his purity. And now that lady, that woman, he is treating her as his wife. He kept that woman in his house and he has thrown away his beautiful young wife out. And that woman is staying in his house as his wife. He's considering her as a wife. And they got 10 children. Now that lady has 10 children. We don't know whether this is Ajamil's or not. But it is mentioned they got 10 children. So he is considering all those 10 child as his own child and he is maintaining his whole family. So see, it is very difficult to maintain in Singapore. He is maintaining the whole family, even he don't know what is what. Because considering his wife and children, he is maintaining. And how he is maintaining? He is doing all kind of sins. Then Parikshit Maharaj asked again. So he asked, what kind of sins he has done? So his sins are mentioned here. He said first, he used to kidnap people. He used to kidnap children or women and used to ask money in exchange of that. That is the first activity he will do. Otherwise, he will gamble. He will cheat in gambling. He will plunder people. And after all these things happen, what he will do? He will steal also. He will rob people. He will do all kind of things. He will go to the people and ask, Prabhuji, you have money? I am in need. He will ask for the money and he will never return back. So whoever is not returning the money, please mind, we are just like Ajamil. We are asking people, but we are not returning back. This is also a sin. So he said, so he was maintaining his family like that. And now maintaining his family like that, he has passed 88 years of his life like that. Now he is 88 years. And it is mentioned he got 10 kids. And out of 10 kids, the small child he was very attracted to the small child. He got a small child also. So what is interpreted? At the age of 88, he produced a child. He has given, at that kind of age. He is still attracted to these material things. So this 8th child, normally parents, they are attracted to their elder son, child, or the youngest one. Reason being, the elder one will earn fast. They start earning fast and he will get the money. And the second reason for younger is because of their cuteness, because of the broken language he speaks. So the parent loves the younger one. So here, they both, the woman and Ajamil, they both love the younger one. And the name of the younger one was Narayan. So he was so attached to Narayan that he will take care. He will say Narayan when he is eating. And he will feed him. He will say Narayan. When he drink water, he also feed Narayan. He will take care of all his activities. He will take part in his activities. He is so much attracted towards. And it is also said, I forgot to mention, the all the funds he is getting from all these sinful activities, 90-80% of that he will spend only on the wine of that woman, to fulfilling the desire of that woman only. She want whatever, he is ready to buy. So all his life, 88 years, he spent like that. But now come to this. Now he is spending life with his child. And he didn't realize he has come to the stage when he is too old and he is about to leave the body. He is kind of that stage he is in. So once he noticed 3 very, you can say, distorted, dangerous people coming to him. Looking at them, he thought, if my child look at them, he will be scared. At this point of time, he is not realizing who are they. And at this point of time, he is still thinking of his son. He is about to lose his life. And he is still thinking of his son at this time. So, meanwhile, those 3, they were the order carriers of Yamraj. So, I will just refer them as Yamduta. Please understand it. It will be easy for me. Otherwise, I have to say 4 words. So, Yamdutas, 3 Yamdutas were coming. And why 3 Yamdutas were coming? Because all his life he has done, we have to pay for whatever sins we have done through our heart, through our mouth, and through our body. Now in this Kalyug, it is said that whatever you do with your heart is you are free to do that. It's fine. You don't have to suffer. But being a devotee, even if your heart is not clear, that is not acceptable. Being a devotee means a higher responsibility. So he saw 3 people, 3 Yamadutas coming to him, and Yamadutas has a rope. This rope which Yamaduta have, it is known as Pash, Yam Pash. So this rope, they keep this rope to tie the soul and take it out of the body. So they have kind of thrown this rope on Ajamil, and his body was kind of tied, and they have taken him half out also. He was half out in that state. And he is now telling his child's name. He has collected all his energy. He wanted to say it smoothly. Narayan, please get in. You will be scared. But then, because of his old age and he is half out, he said, Narayan. As he said Narayan, the Vishnu Dutas, so the order carriers of Vishnu, they were roaming around. They heard somebody has taken our Lord's name. They were immediately here within microseconds, not even seconds. Microseconds they were there. As soon as they came, they put the sword on his neck. Move away. Do not fear. And he said to them, do not fear. And they said, move away. So looking at that, Yamduta, first instance, they just ran away from that. They left their rope there. Normally, once Yamraj Pash is thrown, that rope is thrown, there is no way person is going to stay. He is going to out only. He is out of he have to leave the body. Yamraj is not small. So now he is half out, and Vishnu Duta has come. Now the conversation between the Yamaduta and Vishnu Duta has started. So I'll just come to that text. Sorry. I think. First chapter. Yeah. Now Yamaduta. So wherever there is some conversation which is going to start. Now Yamaduta, they were internally very scared, because by seeing these 4 Vishnu Dutas, there were 4 Vishnu Dutas, all were 4-handed, very beautiful. Looking at that, Yamdutas were a little bit scared. But somehow they said, Who who are you all? Hmm? And who are you that you can stop the order of the Yamraj? You know who we are? We are the order carriers of Yamraj. And Yamraj has given us the order to take this Ajamil. Now, who all are you that you can, that you can challenge the jurisdiction of Yamraj, of Dharmaraj? Then again they asked, Dear sir, whose servants are you? Where have you come from? And why you forbidding us to touch the body of Ajamil? Are you demigods from the heavenly planets? Or the sub-demigods? Or are you best of devotees? Then they said, Your eyes are just like lotus flower. You are wearing this yellow dress. You are looking very beautiful. And you are such a young age. All four of you are you. And you are carrying the swords, clubs, conch shells, disc, and lotus flower in your hand. Your effulgence has dissipated the darkness of the place with extraordinary illumination. So, why are you obstructing us? So, hearing this, Yamdutas, they first smiled, and in their heavy voice, they said, We will tell you later. First, you tell me, as you are the order carriers of Yamraj, give us the proof. They asked few questions to them. Please explain us what is dharma, what is religious and what is irreligious activities. So hearing to that, now Yamadutas were also very intelligent because Yamraj is one of the Mahajan. He would have done preaching there. So they know, they immediately said dharma. They said Ved pranihito dharmo. So what is dharma? Dharma is Ved. Then immediately he said whatever is written in the Vedas are religious and whatever is not written is irreligious. They have defined in one sentence. Then the question again, next question came. Okay, what is Veda? And then they say Vedo Narayana. So Ved is Narayan. Whatever is spoken by the Lord is the Veda. Then they said, okay, then who is Narayan? Who is Bhagwan? Then they said, the supreme cause of all causes, Narayan, is situated in his own abode in the spiritual world. He controls this entire manifestation, cosmic manifestation, according to three modes of material nature, Sattvagun, Rajogun and Tamogun. And they said, thus Narayan is the cause of entire cosmic manifestation. And then they asked the question, what is the process of punishing others? Do you treat everyone same? What is the process? Are all the karmis engaged in the fruitive activities punishable? Or only some of them? Then they answered, no. We have 13 cameras on each and every person. And what are those cameras? They started defining those cameras one by one. They said, we have sun. He is monitoring all of us. Each and every person, sun is monitoring. Then we will say, we human people, and we are very intelligent. We will say, okay, sunset at night. So we will do the sinful activity at the night. Then he said, no, moon. Second is moon. When sun is not there, although sun will be there at that time also. None of the 13 cameras which I am talking about, they all are perfect. There is no requirement of other. When we go to the court, everybody of us will contradict each other. But these 13, they will never contradict. They are self-sufficient. But then he took the name. No, we have sun. I have to read. We have sun, we have fire, sky, air, demigods, moon, evening, day, night, direction, water, land, and super soul himself. So now, are we going to hide? Can we hide from anybody? Something? We have all the cameras everywhere. And on top, Yamraj has a special camera, his eyes. It immediately captures everything for everyone. So he personally monitor everyone. So forget about it. We have this camera. When a person do sinful activities, in the Yamraj office we decide. What needs to be done? Order is passed. Then we all come. If he is a special case, then Yamuduta will come. Then Yamraj will come. Otherwise, Yamraj won't take tension. He will send his carriers. Just go. And then punishment will be decided. Whether he has to, and if he has atoned for his punishment, or atoned for his sinful activities, he will be taken to, the handover will be given to Brahmaji. Brahmaji will think, okay, where he is going? Heavenly planet, or coming back again, or whatever. So Yamraj has that kind of Yamraj has that kind of place. So he has told about all these cameras. So then he said, okay. I have to keep on reminding where I am. Then he said, okay, this all things are there. This is for the sinners. What about Ajamila? He is a saintly person. And the Yamdutas were thinking, saintly person? They are saying, So they are saying, okay, I have missed one story, but I will complete with this conversation and I will tell you that story. So he said, they are saintly person. And how they are saintly person now Yamdutas, they started explaining that there was a time, this Ajamil, he is telling the Ajamil past time now, that he has taken birth in a Brahman family. And how he was very, I'll use the word which is mentioned here. Sorry, I'm just looking for the quote. Yeah, and he specifically said he is Srut Sampanna. He has that kind of quality where he can listen to others. Do we have that kind of quality? We have the quality only to speak. We don't want to listen to others, except devotees, and you are listening. But you are listening to the Lord's pastime. He was Shrut Sampanna, and he has all other qualities. They said he was the reservoir of good characters, good conduct, good qualities. Firmly established in executing all the Vedic injunctions. He know the pranam of Krishna, he know the pranam of Radharani, he know the pranam of Jagannath. We don't know the pranam of Jagannath, but he knows. He knows everything. He knows the pranam of Ganpati as well. He knows everything. He's that kind of, Brahman. Ajamil was very respectful to his spiritual master, the fire god, the guest, and the elderly member in the house. Indeed, he was free from all false prestige. He has no issues with all ego and false prestige. He would never speak nonsense and envy anyone. It is very difficult to find such a person. And he is that kind of person. So Vishnu Dutta saying, so what is the point of, he is not a sinner. He is all good. And then they started saying, once his father was about to do a havan next day. So he asked his son, son, can you go in forest and bring all things for me, like wood and everything? Just to follow his father's orders, he went to the forest and he picked up all the wood, sticks and everything. He made a bundle and he was about to come back. When he was about to come back, he saw one unusual thing, and which was the reason for his fall down. He saw a drunkard person. He was drinking wine. And he saw a woman. She was also drinking wine. They both were drinking wine. They were not in their senses. They were kissing each other. Their clothes are here and there. And then this Ajamil, he thought, this is the way of enjoyment. His heart changed. That desire, the lusty desire came in his heart. And I think this is the way of living life. What am I doing? At first, he resisted because he is so learned. He knows Vedas and all those things. He took the help of those scriptures and he tried to resist himself. At once, he stopped seeing and he went also. but he fall down. He came back again. And he came back again because the imprint of that picture was there in his heart. Although his eyes was closed, but it was imprinted in his heart. So see what kind of, in Manchester we see it daily. You guys go to city center. But we are devotees, we go for Harinam. Today you all are going. So, see, just one instance has changed his life. So he came back. With those stick, he has killed that man. And he bring this lady, woman, to his home. And he is thinking her as his wife. What happened to his brother, his father and mother? At that old age, they had to suffer because his son is like that. The father and mother, they have to go to the forest. I was listening to some lecture. It is being mentioned that her mother died also. She jumped in the well, but I am not 100% sure. But they suffered a lot because of him. And he got a young, beautiful wife who was very own to her. She was very from a good Brahminical family. The lady of the house should be always pure. Because they have the control of the house. Because they cook and feed to the whole family. What if with such a mentality she will cook and feed to the family? What kind of, they will get? They will get. Now Ajamil, he started basically, he started doing all to maintaining the family, because he spent all the wealth which belongs to his father. Now he is doing all sinful activities, just to maintain the family, and thus he has passed so much time. So this is what happened. Then again Vishnu Dutta said, okay, so what? At the time of that, he has taken the name of Narayana. Parikshit Maharaj, before this, he has asked one more question. How such a sinful person can get a child with the name Narayana? What is the story behind it? So, here is the story. Once upon a time, he was not yet 88. He was maintaining his family by doing all the sinful things. And once upon a time, all the saints and sadhus, they come to his village doing kirtan. They were so tired that they were looking for some family who can give them help, to take them rest and feed them something. So they found few people in the village. He asked, Prabhu, do you have anyone in this village who is interested in this kind of activity, who will be interested in giving us some place for the rest for some time, who can feed us? They said, yes, we have Ajamil Prabhu. Internally they are laughing. Internally they are saying, now they will be beaten by Ajamil. And they know how Ajamil is. But they send him the sadhus to Ajamil. Now these sadhus went to Ajamil house. When he went to Ajamil house, his wife opened the door. His wife looked at the sadhus. Because of their charisma, her heart little bit changed. She asked, why are you here? Given the reason of their, they came for a reason. They asked for Ajamil. And she said, it's better that he is not here. He is very cruel. He will break all your medangas. He will throw all your kartals. He's that kind of person. But what is the reason of your, why did you came? Please tell me the reason. And having said that, sadhus tell her that if you have some kind of uncooked food, Siddha, we tell it Siddha we give Siddha to Brahmins. In Hindi we said that. But do you have any uncooked food? If you can give, we'll take rest and we will just cook and eat ourselves. She said yes. She gave some space outside her house for them to sit. And then they have taken bath also. By the time that uncooked, they were cooking the food, they were doing kirtan and all these things. They were very pleased. And looking at the small child in the hand of the mother, they don't know she is the mother because she is around 88, and she is around that kind of age, and she has a small child in her hand. So they asked, who is this child? Either he is my son. Then Sadhu said, okay, have you done the naming ceremony? She said, no. She said, see, we have nothing to give you, but we would like to name this child. And they named the child as Narayana. Hmm? Now Ajamil came to know somebody is there in his house. He ran quickly to his house and he asked his wife. By the time all the sadhus have gone. So, so he came running to his house. He asked to his wife, "Have you given something to them? Have they taken something?" She said, "No. Irrespective, they have given the name to our child." He said, "Okay, they saved our thinking process. Who will think the name of the child? At least they have." But she said they have given Narayana as the name. Hmm? Now the sadhu, now Ajamil is saying, because he was too much attracted to the child, he said, "Narayana, can you please come to me?" He said it in Sanskrit. I don't know the version. He said Agacha, but I don't know the Sanskrit version. He was very intelligent though. You know Sanskrit as well. So he said in Sanskrit, Agacha, please come to me. Please come from your mother's lap to my lap. And the moment he said Narayan, all his sinful activities, they have vanished. Forget about these sinful activities in this life. The sinful activities of many millions of years have gone. You have a question, Madhi?
I was going to say this story is devotees can understand, but if you say it outside, people will say, "Oh, well, we'll do sins, then we'll take the name at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
If Jamil has done it, we'll do it too." And
Correct. So we will come to that point, Mataji. We are about to come to that point. So yeah, when the discussion will continue, Yamduta will say, why Ajamil? And why all these people who are thinking this will not get that? So we'll get that answer. So this is how the Narayan name was given. So now Parikshit Maharaj, Yamduta says, why, because he has taken the discussion was going on, and Vishnu Dutas has asked, he has taken the name of the Lord while dying. He took the name of his child Narayan. They said, no, he has not taken the name of your Lord. He has taken the name of his son. See, whatever. He said, whose name was, who kept the name first as Narayan? My Lord or this child? They said, no, your Lord name was Narayan for the first time. And hence he said, whoever take the name of the Lord, irrespective of anything, calling his son or taking the name of anyone, or with all other intention also, Lord always think that my devotee has taken my name, and he protects him. Now coming to the second chapter. Now Vishnu, and now basically Yamdutas, they said Ajamil has not atoned for all his sins, so we have come to take him. Now Vishnu Duta has taken, how irreligious they kind of said, how irreligious are you all? You are the order carriers of Yamraj. Being the associates of the Yamraj, you have to be religious. You have to consider everything. How irreligious are you? You are taking a wrong decision. You have to take decision on the basis of correct scriptures. And you are just taking the decision on this basis. And he said, 2.7 verse. I will come to it directly because we have limited time. I'll come to the I'll come to the text 7 directly. They said, Ayam hi krita nirvesho janma koti amham samapi yad vyajahar vivasho nam swastyayanam hare. Means Ajamil has already atoned for all his sinful reaction. Indeed, he has atoned not only for the sin performed in this life, he has atoned for the sin he has done for millions of ages, millions of life. He has done the atonement. He said, even though, listen properly, Mataji. Now here is the answer. He said, even though he has not chanted the name purely, but definitely he has chanted the name offenselessly. See, when we know that name, see, actually Lord name can counteract anything. It's so powerful. If you want to kill a mouse, will you ask lion to come? If you want to remove our sins, will we take Lord name for that? It's very powerful. So Lord name can't be used there. It is an offense to take Lord name to counteract the sinful reactions. But he chanted. He didn't chanted the name Narayana thinking that his sinful reaction will be taken off. He just purely chanted, he just offenselessly chanted his son's name. But Lord, whoever takes his name, Lord think, I have to personally protect him. So if you, all other members, all other people, if they think taking the Lord name will remove their offense, maybe they are not chanting the name offenselessly. And remember, when we take Lord's name, if you know the importance of the Lord name, will you do sinful action? No, because Lord name will slowly purify you. And second thing, because you know the importance of Lord, if you have such understanding that taking the Lord once can remove all your sins, you will take more. This is for the devotees to understand. Take more name. They will even more take the Lord's name. See, Prabhupada has given us such a simple method. If Ajamil can be, can sort of, his all sinful reactions can go just by chanting one name of the Lord. If we do our mala sincerely, these Yamdutas are telling. In the second verse, he is telling that verse will also come. That if we take the surrender of if we surrender to the devotee of the Lord and learn, if any sinful person will come in contact with the devotee of the Lord and he will learn how to surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord via him, their all sinful activities will go. You all have taken shelter to the devotee of the Lord, Prabhupada, and Prabhupada has given you this. So why won't Krishna will call you? Why don't Vishnu Duta will come for you all? They will come. So I will proceed further. If you have question, we will just take it. We will come forward. We will forward. Then Vishnu Duta continued that while eating or while drinking food also, he used to take the name of Narayana. He used to say, Narayan, please come. So he used to take the name of Narayana here and there, like that. So it's not just once. He has taken the name of the Lord so many times. People who just chant the 4 syllable of the Lord, Narayan, they will be freed. Forget about the 4 syllable. If you chant just Nara also, everything will be done. 2 syllable is enough. He has done so much. So he has sufficiently atoned for the sinful reaction, they said. They said, the chanting of the holy name, listen carefully, the chanting of the holy name of Lord Vishnu is the best process of atonement for the thief of gold or other valuables, for a drunkard, for anyone who betrays the friend or relatives, for one who killed Brahmana, or for one who indulged in sex with the wife of his guru or another superior. He is also the best method of atonement for one who murders woman, the king or father, who slaughters cow, simply by chanting the Lord names. Such sinful person may attract the attention of Supreme Lord, and therefore, because this man has chanted my holy name, means Lord's holy name, my duty is to protect him. Lord will always protect him. So then he says, in Vedic rituals, it is mentioned so many things. For this sin you do that, for that sin you do that. If they reconfirm, this we have already discussed, Parikshan Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami had this chat already. But Vishnu Dutta has already confirmed that kind of atonement is of no use, because you will not lose the tendency of doing the mistake again. You will again do all the sins. And taking the Lord name is to get the bhakti of the Lord, not to kill the sinful reaction. It is a byproduct which comes automatically. But when you chant more and more name, bhakti is very durlabh. It's very difficult to get. So you will get that bhakti. Lord will grant you the devotional service towards his lotus feet. Remember. Then Yamduta says many things, and they said, even if person who is very sinful take the name of the Hari, at the time of accident he is dying and he left the body by just chanting Hari, Lord will make sure that he is not going to the hellish planet. He will not go to the hellish planet. What are you talking about, Yamduta? You are taking Ajamila. He has already atoned for everything. Ajamil has already atoned for all the sinful things he has done. Hmm? That's what Yamadutas has said. Now said all these things. And then he said, the scholars and sages have carefully ascertained that one who atone for the heavy sin, they have to attain, like for a heavy sin, they have to do heavy atonement. For the lighter sin, they have to do lighter atonement. If you have done bigger mistake, you have to atone more. But see, by taking the name of the Lord, by chanting the name of the Lord, there is nothing heavy or lighter. Every sin will go, lighter or heavy. Thus, perfectly judged the principles of devotional service. They have taken Ajamil from the hands of Yamadutas. So Yamadutas, they have taken, they have relieved Ajamil from the bondage of Yamadutas. Now Yamadutas, they still don't know who are these four people. Because they have not answered who are we. They don't want to glorify them. They just said, this is how you have to think. This is how it is. And then these Yamadutas, they went to Yamaraj and later on tell all the stories. We will cover that story in a while. But now Ajamil, he heard all this conversation between two Dutas. Now he became very pure. After listening straight away from the devotee of the Lord, he became very pure. Now he was atoning. He was kind of regretting for all the sinful actions he has done. So, first of thing, he understood that he is not his body. We do sin because we treat ourselves as the body, not the soul. Because our body enjoys. And punishment is given to the soul. Atonement is given to soul when it goes up. So, so he understood that. But he was very much regretful. He was regretting. He said, how sinful, how fallen I am, that I have broken the, the Brahminical quality. I have fallen down from the Brahminical qualities. How fallen I am. He said, I begot the child in the womb of that woman, a low-class woman. How sinful I am. I have taken out my wife. She was young and beautiful at that time. In such a younger age, she was from the very good family. And he has taken her out. And she has suffered a lot because of him. He was regretting. He was regretting for his parents, saying, my parents, they were at the old age. And at such an age, they have to move out of the house. Because I have brought in someone who is low class. I was just under the control of that lady. I was fulfilling her all the desires. I was doing all sinful activities. I have given away my all Brahminican qualities. How impure I am. And then he was thinking, and at the time Yamdutas were there, he actually, this he was thinking later, but at first time he paid the obeisances to all the Vishnu Dutas there, because Vishnu Dutas were there. Vishnu Dutas has already sent Yamdutas, but they were there. So he paid the obeisances. And Vishnu Duta, they noticed that he is about to speak something to them. They don't want to talk or anything. They just disappeared. The Vishnu Dutta disappeared. And he is regretting and he is thinking all these things. But he became pure in this process. Because at the time of death, you know how severe you are. How much intensity you have. While listening a class, you are listening so intensely. So he is dying. He would have heard so much at that time. How seriously he would have taken it. But now he is clear. So he decided. Now he is thinking it must be his previous spiritual activities. It must be that activities which has given him the chance to take the Lord's name. Prabhuji, Radha Vinod Prabhuji was telling one story. It is very difficult to take the Lord's name while you are dying. Once one Prabhuji, he was taking bath in the river or so. He told me the story. I am just telling you back. He was taking bath in the river and his legs slipped. He was under the water for few seconds. And what is coming to his mind? Lord's name? He was a devotee. But no, Lord's name is not coming to his mind. He is thinking, life boy hai jahan, tandurusti hai wahan. He was thinking of a soap ad while dying. See, for two seconds, he was thinking that. He came out, he is not dying. But I'm telling it is very difficult. So he was thinking it must be my previous spiritual activities which by which God has given me the chance to take his name. By the mercy of the sadhus and saint. I got my child names as Narayan. That's why we keep the child name Madhav like that. Not like Tinku Pinku or Tom, Harry, whatever. We don't give the name like that. A devotee will give a proper name. So that is the reason we should always do that. But then he was regretting where I was. I just forgot. In the story. They disappeared. And he was regretting. He was thinking it is just because of my previous activity that I have given the chance. Otherwise, no way. So how actually, say how lucky I am. I was not getting the correct word. How lucky I am that I got the darshan of, this Vishnu Duta. See, it is very difficult to get the darshan of Vishnu Duta. Yamraj will also tell to his people that it is very difficult to get the darshan of Vishnu Duta. Because Ajamil got that sang, he was pure. Now he is thinking he will straight away, he will just not atone, he will focus, because he got the second chance. Lord has given him the second chance. He said he will now focus throughout his life and will just do bhakti. He will just do the devotional service to the Lord. And then he proceeded towards Haridwar. It's written Haridwar, but we say Haridwar. People just use both the name of that place. He went to Haridwar. He went to Vishnu's temple. And for 13 years, he chanted the name of the Lord. He did the service to the lotus feet of the Lord. Because he understood. Now he is not thinking about his son. And whatever happened. But in his last 13 years, he has done that. And now he see again four beautiful dutas. He understood these are the order carriers of Vishnu who he met before. Now he understood that because he has seen him before. Now when the Yamdutas and this Vishnu Duta came, we cannot see them with our eyes. Only the person who is dying can see. Nobody else can see. And Yamdutas are so fearful. They are not like, I just miss that people, sometimes you find people die like this. Like that. They pass the stool, they pass the urine and they die. Why? Have you thought? The pain they get while dying is like how many scorpions biting, I don't know. Millions of. So, but now he said, okay, my time has come. So he left his body near the bank of the Ganges. He left his body. And then he was given the body which is suitable for him to meet the Lord. He was given that body. And then Ajamil, he just boarded the plane which is of gold. He boarded the golden plane. And together with this Yamdutas, he went to the abode of Lord Vishnu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I will take 10 more minutes, Prabhuji. Is it okay? Now, don't forget Yamraj is there. Yamdutas are there. They are still confused. Who are these four people? What is the value of us? I will just tell the story short. Who are these people? Our Lord, Yamraj. So his order was stopped. So what was the word? So Yamraj ordered has been foiled. It is not a normal activity. So they were discussing within themselves. Who were that strong people? If we would have registered them more, they would have killed us. Then what will happen to our family? We were proud to be with Yamraj, and nobody before has done this before. Nobody foiled the order of Yamraj before. But who are these people? Let's go to Yamraj and ask him, what is our value? Our master's order has been foiled. They were thinking like that. And they went to Yamraj. And they didn't went to Naraka. See, Yamaraj is not there in Narka. Narka is only for the people like, who want to go there for atonement. Yamaraj is in a different place. The name of the place is Shamyani Puri. Shamyamani Puri. Sorry. Shamyamani Puri. This is where Yamaraj was. He was taking meeting with other people. And these three Yamduta, they went there. And always when they went there, they go there, they pay obeisances. And this time they forget, because they were still thinking, who are that? It's not mentioned, they have, greeted. They just say, oh my Lord. They just ask straight away the question. How many controllers we have for human beings? For this material people, for this material world? How many controllers or rulers are there in this material world? How many causes are responsible for manifesting the various results of activities? Yamaraj was thinking, what if there are many controllers? What? Tell. You want to listen more. Then they said, if there are many rulers and justice, they will contradict each other's action. If they contradict each other's action, the sinful person will skip. How he will atone for his sinful activities? Then Yamduta continued. They say, there should be only one supreme judge above all this. And we thought you are the supreme judge above all this. All the demigods and everybody in this material world, they just follow your orders. And if you have given the orders, it means done. We were thinking like that. But it seems, nobody is following your orders. We went to that Ajamil. So Yamaraj was curious. He was within the meeting with some other people, and he said what they are saying, there is something would have happened. So Yamaraj asked, what happened? Then they say, nobody is following your orders. Nobody is executing your orders. I went, and Ajamil, he once take the name of Narayana, and these 400 people, the 4 people came, and they just cut your rope, and they have taken him. Then Yamaraj, he was Mahajan, so he understood. He smiled at once. He smiled because they have reminded Yamaraj of the Lord. So Yamaraj, he reminded the Lord, so he was happy. And then he started explaining to his people. Now he is taking class of those people. He's saying, my dear servants, you have accepted me as the supreme, but factually I am not. Then he said, Lord, he is the supreme of everyone. Achal Vichal. Achal means who is steady and who is moving, for both. I am not the Lord of this tree. I am not deciding for them. I am not the Lord of the animals. I am only the Lord for the humans, and only for the humans who have done the sin. Only for the sinful human beings. So my share is very less. Now we have one more supreme. We have the Lord who is supreme for everyone. And, and Brahma and Shiv, they also are, partial incarnation of, partial manifestation of him, who takes care of the manifestation and all these things of this world. If Shiva and Brahma, they are working for the Lord, then what to tell about me? What to tell about the demigods? And what to tell about you? He said like that. He said, I, Indra is the king of heaven. Nritti, Varuna, Chandra, Moon, Agni, Shiv, Pavan, Brahma, Surya, sun god, Vivashu, which are 8 Vasus. Sandhya, Maruts, Rudra, Siddhas, Marichis. And the best of demigods headed by Brahaspati. They all are free from 2 modes of nature. Ignorance and passion. That cannot touch them. But still, we are unable, we can't understand all the activities of the Lord. So what to talk about you both? Then he say, the Lord is the supreme. He is self-sufficient and he is independent. And same is his devotees. He is, the order carriers of the Lord. They look the same as the Lord with 4 hands. And they can roam around anywhere. They take care of the judgment like us, our judgment. They take care of the judgment of ours, and they take care if nothing wrong is happening to the Vaishnavas, nothing wrong is happening to them. So the order carriers of the Lord, they keep on roaming and they take care of all these things. And they are also independent like the Lord. Now he tell who were they 400. He told that kind of thing. But Yamda Duta saying that is okay. But why were they saving the sinful person, Ajamil? Yamraj said, and you have fought with those Yamdutas, Vishnu Dutas. Nobody can take the darshan of Vishnu Dutas, and he has not mentioned even he has taken the darshan of them or not. You were so lucky to have the darshan of Vishnu Dutas. It is good that you have not fight with them. Otherwise, you would have died anyways. So it is good that you have not done anything and you have simply come back to me. And then he said, because they raised the question like why they chose Ajamil. Then, because that question was asked because first thing Parikshit Maharaj initially asked, what Yamraj has told to his Yamdutas, to Dutas, just to know, just to tell, just to, to hear the glorification from the mouth of Mahajan, Yamraj. He wants to listen what Mahajan will tell about the Lord. So Parikshit Maharaj wants to listen to that. And hence Sukadeva Goswami is telling all this story. And here, this Yamraj Dutas, now Yamraj is telling to him that, forget about because he has taken the name of the Lord. He is glorifying the name of the Lord by chanting. What is the glory of chanting a Lord? He said, forget about the full name of the Lord. Even a Namabhas. Namabhas means if you have chanted the name of the Lord by not treating him as a Lord, by just treating him as anyone, you will still, all your sins will go. So he was glorifying the name of the Lord. Name is such powerful, he said. So he glorified actually everything. He explained them. All these things. And then he said, and hence Ajamil has taken offenselessly the name of the Lord. And hence he has done for the atonement. So he then I'll come to the text 27-28, where he is saying to his subordinate, to his servants, that what should be done and what should not be done in future. They said, "Oh my dear servants, please do not approach such devotees." What kind of devotees? Who have fully surrendered to the Lord's feet. They are equal to everyone, and their narrations are sung by the demigods. They are always protected by the club of the Supreme Lord, Godhead. And therefore, Lord, Brahma and I, even the time factor, are not competent to chastise them. So he is stopping. If you come across a devotee, never go to them. They doesn't come under our jurisdiction. And then he further says, a person who is in touch of Paramhamsa or devotee of the Lord, who is always in the realization of Paramhamsa or always in the realization of the God. So if anyone is in touch with Paramhamsa, please do not go to them as well. Only bring the person who have not chanted the name of the Lord once, who has not surrendered, who are not doing that duties towards the Lord. He mentioned in 29th verse that, my dear servant, please bring to me only those sinful persons who do not use their tongue to chant holy name. And whose heart do not remember the lotus feet of Krishna, whose head do not bow down before Krishna. Send me those who do not perform the duties towards Vishnu. Please bring me all such fools and rascals. So he's clarifying, he's giving a sort of instruction, whom you should go and whom you should not go. He clarified. And after doing all these things, Yamraj, he folded his hands and he's saying to the Lord, "Oh my Lord, my servant has surely committed a great offense by arresting a Vaishnava like Ajamil." He is referring Ajamil as Vaishnavas. "O Narayan, O Supreme and the oldest person, please forgive us. Because of our ignorance, we failed to recognize Ajamil as the servant of your lordship. And thus, we have certainly committed the offense." Yamraj is saying to the Lord that we have committed an offense. And he is asking for the pardon on behalf of his servants as well. Such should be the leader. Hmm? And with folded hands, we beg your pardon, my Lord. Since you are supremely merciful and are always full of good qualities, please pardon us. We offer our humble respect, obeisances unto you. Goswami said, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to, once again, is able to uproot even the reaction of the greatest sin. Therefore, chanting of in the Sankirtan movement is the most auspicious activity in this universe. Please try to understand this so that others can take it seriously. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I'm really sorry to take extra time. But now please, we are open for the discussion. Yeah. Hare Krishna Guru.
Thank you, Prabhuji Shailesh. What you're telling us and talking about is so good reminders for us to come straight in our material life. We need this devotional association, otherwise we get lost. Thank you so much. Don't excuse yourself, just keep on.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Mataji, you had some questions?
I had a question that I've forgotten now. What it was. If I can remember, I'll ask later on. Yeah.
Oh,
Deliberately, your question was someone deliberately doing sins.
taking the name and
No, that was, I
Answered.
think you had addressed that if
Yeah.
they take it towards
yeah,
the end.
that is sinful. Yeah.
And that question I think you did answer.
Yes.
But there was another one which I wanted to know.
Okay.
Well, in due course, yeah, when I remember.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I have no question, but sorry. Hare Krishna. Okay. So no question, but I just want to say thanks to you. I read this like last to last month, and I have so many questions on that time in my mind. So many why, if, what, but they all sorted out. They all solved, and I got very nicely all the answers now in your class. So class was wonderful. I just want to say thanks to you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
And I'm happy to come today
I
because
would say-
all questions are really.
I would like to glorify our seniors who has given me the opportunity. Although this was my first time, so please bless me. All the glories go to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just remembered. Prabhu, you said he atoned for, after
All the sinful activities.
all the sinful activities after he realized, and that's very good what he did. But what about the outcome of all the pain that he gave to his parents, his wife? So,
So-
that's how, they
Sis-
endured a lot because of
Yeah,
of
so
his
so
actions.
Mataji, how we can see it? How we can see it? See, when you are under the lotus feet of the Lord, so he has taken the Lord's name, his sinful activities were gone, and Lord has given him the second chance because of his pious activities. Although he has done many things wrong, but in one of the verses I remember Yamaraj is saying to his dutas that please don't think of what they are doing wrong. If they have just taken it once, name of the Lord once, if they have once surrendered to the Lord and they have attracted towards the pastime of the Lord, then the jurisdiction goes to whom? Krishna. So Lord will then take care of it. Slowly he will remove all your impurities. For him, he has removed the impurities just in one conversation because it was very severe at the time of death. For it might take time. Our impurities will go. But that is something which is under the jurisdiction. That's the benefit of, that's because once you take the name of the Lord, your spiritual activity has started, irrespective of whatever you have done in the past. And this is not going in vain. It means, let's say you are doing the activity, and you forget to do it for next 2 days. Let's say, we will not, because we know the importance of the name of the Lord. But that is not going in vain. You will start from that place again. Mataji was telling, he learns mridanga very fast. I am trying to learn singing and I forget every time. But then she used another sentence, said, maybe he is the devotee in the past life. So he has started it again. And he has picked up so fast. And we are still struggling. We would have taken the name, but maybe less than mother. So this is how it is. I think I tried to answer it. Prabhuji, do you want to say anything?
I think that's right. Yeah, no, it's beautifully explained. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, every first Saturday and third Saturdays, definitely we have this program. Unfortunately, there was a little delay in sending the communication last night. My apologies for that. But whether the communication goes out or not, every first and third Saturday we have this program. Don't miss out. We will work on the communication side. Ideally, it should have been sent a little early. That's why, some devotees are missing today. Secondly, I just wanted to say big thank you to Shailesh Prabhu. It's a very, very well prepared class. Very structured, well prepared, well delivered. So, is Grace Shailesh Prabhu ki jai. So, you had given Sunday class as well recently, so that was also fantastically delivered. So we really appreciate for taking time to prepare and deliver. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Really, really appreciate. We are grateful to you. So couple of things just I noted while Prabhuji was mentioning. So just, I don't want to take your time more time, but just a couple of points. So there is Prabhupada mentions in the purport that Ajamila uttered the name Narayan, which consists of 4 syllables. So that's why 4 Vishnudutas came, right? So Prabhupada says that we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. How many syllables are there in Hare Krishna Mahamantra? 32 syllables. So there are 32 Vishnudutas waiting for all of us. Yeah. Prabhupada mentions that. I thought I should mention that to you. And also one point it really stuck to me was the second chance you mentioned. So Ajamil was given second chance. When I look at my life, I don't know, I got millions of chances. I can clearly remember 3 chances. And every day I drive motorway on M6. And I see at least 1 accident on motorway M6 every day. At least, if not more. And how many chances we must have had? We just forget. We just take it guaranteed, isn't it? We think that we are alive because of our own endeavor. But actually, if you are humble, if you are literally humble, we can understand how many chances that the Lord is giving to us. And we are misusing. Every day. Every day. It's like, it might be just a second chance for him, but maybe like how many chances? So that's another thing that really stuck to my heart. And then, we should use this opportunity. And we should be humble that, this Lord is giving so many opportunities. Even though we are misusing them and we are not able to use them again and again, but Lord is so merciful and is giving this wonderful opportunity. So we must use all these wonderful opportunities. So that's it from my side. Hare Krishna. You want to say something?
Just a couple of points when Prabhuji is explaining about 13 cameras. Yeah. So like, okay, if I close the door, if I switch off my light, sun may not see it. Yeah. Like that, even though some intelligent person, materially intelligent person thinks that, he can, escape from all these 13 cameras, but there is a chip inside. isn't it? Krishna as a super soul. Yeah. No one can remove it. Like two birds on the tree. Yeah. Mentioned in the Upanishads. Yeah. Where one bird is witnessing and the other bird is other bird while eating. So we cannot escape that chip. Yeah. That is there, and this is one point. So Ajamil's is like if some person thinks, okay, he got the second chance, I can enjoy my life, and I just my parents named me Krishna, Radha Krishna. Whenever my mother calls, if I am upstate somewhere, okay, my mother, Krishna, come here, like that. The neighbors, they used to say, you always say Krishna, Krishna. Yeah. Those days, in our ancient days, that's why we name our kids, yeah, so that, yeah. But on top of that, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very, very important. If I name my daughter or son Krishna or Hari, and calling Hari Krishna, and I will get devotion, that's not the right way of devotion. To remember the Lord, we name like that. Yeah. So if someone if we think, okay, I will also get second chance like Ajamil. So Ajamil, when he came to know those sadhus are given the name Narayan, okay, he said it's all right, it's just a name, no issues. Yeah. So if someone thinks, okay, I can also get like that, definitely, they will say, why should I have the name given by those saints? No, I don't want like. I will name my daughter or son as a Pinku, Tinku, whatever Prabhuji mentioned. Isn't it? So that consciousness of leaving that name Narayan as it is, okay, Ajamil, it's a cumulative, of his previous spiritual practices. It's just not coming like that. Yeah. So much behind, so much intense spiritual practice he has done. So that helped him. So it's not possible for everyone. Prabhupada mentioned no one will get the second chance. Okay? It's a exceptional case, rare case. Not everyone will get the second chance like Ajamil. So we need to understand in that way. So it is very, very important. Prabhupada, really very beautiful class. Okay?
One question. I was thinking I couldn't remember, but I remember now. So Ajamal actually was a Brahmana from that very high class Brahmana family, community. And then he sees a certain scene and then he falls down. So what should our mentality be? How should we prepare that nothing disturbs us? The mercy of the Lord, of course, is needed. But other than that, on a day-to-day basis, how do we protect ourselves?
Mataji, if we see, just to save us from all these things, just to save us, see how our, the one thing Krishna told, you have to be in touch with the spiritual master, like realized soul, like Prabhupada. Now what Prabhupada has given us, if you think carefully, then he has removed all the impediments himself. What he has done, he said, follow the four regulative principles. What are the principles, Mataji, do you know?
Yeah.
Can you say?
No meat eating,
No meat eating,
no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling.
No gambling. See, if we remove these four activities from the life, there is nothing left. You cannot do sin. You cannot. And then
But even Ajamal, he wasn't doing those things, but it wasn't his fault. He just happened to see something.
I think
it's not his fault.
Deviations.
No, division, we are born.
Eyes out cameras, and then talking about your phones, your television, everything is filled with this. It's how to restrain yourself. Okay.
Correct.
So, first is devotees association. Hare Krishna. So, most important is chanting the name of Lord and having association of devotees. Other than that, we talk about this sloka Prabhuji all the time, Vishaya Vinivartante. So Krishna says that human form is like that. You won't be, you'll be always attracted to material things. Vishaya Vinivartante nilahara siddhena. Raso valjam raso pasya param drishta anivaltate. So try to engage in things which has higher taste. always try to engage in. So if you enjoy music, you like music.
Sorry, in this case, Ajamil was engaged in a higher taste. He was doing for the sacrifice. He was doing all the time.
Oh, yeah. So I didn't understand.
Ajamil was not doing anything. He was always attached to IIT.
Yeah, but but he missed his place.
Someone should ask this question.
So maybe Prabhu, is it like to because he was a part of his.
He was better than us.
Yes.
He was better than us.
So is he a sort of messenger from the Lord, saying, he is taking part in the pastimes of the Lord, where from that pastime Lord want us to teach something, and that pastime many times pastimes happens because of that. So is it?
So, my understanding is this: we should always be humble, never be puffed up. Never be puffed up, yes, and we should always seek the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such a merciful personality. We should always seek the mercy. And if there is some fall down that occurs, again we should come back. We deviate every day, like in our life, day-to-day life. Sometimes there is a deviation from the instructions of spiritual master. Agree? But as it happens, because we are conditioned, to a degree it happens, then we should bring it back. But always we should be humble, like, when we come to temple, pray to Prabhupada, take the association of Vaishnavas. We should have in that mood always. We should never be puffed up. Like Ajamil case is an exceptional, but my understanding of this analysis that we should be in that mood. Especially if we just take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is so merciful. So merciful. As Prabhuji said in city center, like Ajamila had seen only one scene in those days. But we see so many scenes. But if we just take that shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and always beg, every day we should beg, oh my Lord, oh my dear Vaishnavas, please help me to stick to the path.
I think that and I'm not initiated, so Guru's mercy is very, very, very important.
Yeah, but mercy is important. We should take it.
Correct, yeah.
We should take it. How do we take it? We should be humble.
Yeah.
That's the point. And a devotee is humble, actually, in his dealings. It's not just talking, but actually in the character. Humble. So that's my understanding. I don't know if Radhavendra Prabhu or anyone else wants to add anything, but we should always seek the mercy of the Lord to protect us.
Yeah. Actually, only His mercy. That's the first thing I
Yes.
said.
Yeah. But again, as Prabhuji mentioned, we should never take these, whatever Prabhupada has given, all the opportunities, we should never take it guaranteed. When there is association, we should come and take. Whoever gives a lecture, we should hear. Yeah, we like to hear ourselves, but when someone is giving, we must hear. There's a fundamental thing. Hearing to other person is very important. Very important. It really gets, Prabhuji was mentioning, so nice. These 13 cameras, if you don't hear, you never get to that. Because you heard it, it goes deep into your heart. So this hearing is another thing. Hearing in the association of devotees, so powerful. So powerful. So powerful. Yeah. So I don't know if that answers your question, but
But that's right. Honestly, nobody would know the separation from devotees other than me.
Yeah.
Because I've
But-
gone through such a thing.
But one thing is that we also know that, that's an accidental fall down. It's not intentional fall down. Ajamil. That's another thing. Like, someone can see, I'm doing devotion, I'm chanting devotion, I can do any nonsense. It was not like that. It was an accidental, but Lord protected him. That's another thing. Okay, even if there is an accidental fall down, Lord is going to protect.
Took a lot of while to 188, but you managed.
It's not whether it's 88 or 100 doesn't matter. Like we have passed many lives. millions of lives. Like, if you can go to Godhead even at 99 or 100 or 1,000, doesn't better. So we have, how many lives we had in the past, we didn't know. We don't know. Okay, Prabhus. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai. Madhav, you want to? Yeah. Madhav, you want to sing the prasadam?
महाप्रसादे गोविन्दे नाम ब्राह्मणी वैष्णवे स्वर्पकुन्यावतं राजन् विश्वासुन्य विजायते शरीरार विद्याचार चेन्द्रियोता है कार जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तालमते जीवायति लोभो माय सुदुर्मति ताखिचिता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ा दयामय गौरी बार जीव जाय स्वाप साधु धिलो भाई से अनमृत पाओ श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेम दरगोष्ठी निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा शिवासाई गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री महाप्रसादम की हरि बोल।